Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about the DAX syntax. Now, DAX or data analysis expression syntax is a set of rules and conventions used to write the formulas and expressions in Power BI, Excel, or Power Pivot, and also the analysis services tabular models. Understanding DAX syntax is essential for creating the accurate and efficient calculations to analyze the data effectively. Here's an overview of the key elements of the DAX syntax. The first one is the functions. So let's say that you have to create a function. DAX functions. Now, what are these DAX functions? DAX functions are the building blocks of expressions and formulas. Functions can perform wide range of operations such as the aggregation, calculation, filtering, and manipulation of the data. DAX functions are categorized into several types. Some of them are mathematical, statistical, logical, text, date and time, table, and information functions. The next one over here in the list is the operators. So if we talk about the operators, DEX support various operators that allows the users to perform the arithmetic comparisons and logical operations on values and expressions. Common operators can include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, equality, inequality, greater than, less than, logical and, where you can see we have used these two and signs, and then we have the logical or. So these are some of the operators that we'll be using while creating functions. Now let's talk about the arguments. DEX functions typically accept one or more argument, which are the inputs provided to the functions to perform a specific operation. Arguments can be constant, they can be column references, they can be expressions, or they can be some other functions. It's essential to understand the required and optional arguments for each function and their data type. So if we are talking about the data type, text supports various data types, including numeric, text, date and time, and Boolean. And it also supports some other data types. It's crucial to ensure that the data type of the arguments and results are compatible with the intended operation to avoid the errors or some unexpected behaviors whenever we are creating some functions. Now let's talk about the syntax rules. DEX follows specific syntax rules for writing expressions and formulas. For example, expressions must start with an equal sign. Functions names are case sensitive and arguments are separated by the comma. It's essential to follow to these syntax rules to create some valid text expressions. The last one is a parenthesis. Parentheses are used to specify the order of operations and to enclose the function arguments. It's important to use parentheses correctly to ensure that the expressions are evaluated correctly, especially when combining multiple functions or operations. Now let's look at some of the examples over here. Over here, I'm having the example of one of the DEX function, which is the total sales equals to sum x sales, then sales quantity into sales unit price. Now I will tell you what this function means by looking at each term one by one. So sum x over here is the DEX function that calculates the sum of expression for each row in a table. Then the sales over here, which we are talking about, is referring over here to the table containing the sales data. So I'm having a sales data over here and it would be containing multiple columns. One of the columns in there is the quantity. Then I'm multiplying this quantity with a unit price. Now, how do I refer this unit price? So this unit price is also referred over here by this sales. So this sales table contains unit price column also. So there would be multiple other columns also, but right now we are only interested in the sales of quantity into sales of unit price. So over here you can see sales quantity and sales unit price are the column references for quantity and the unit price respectively. The expression sales quantity into sales unit price calculates the total sales amount from the each row, because whenever you are multiplying the quantity with the unit price, it would give you the total sales amount. Then the result is the total sales amount for a specified product category. That means whatever results would be coming over here would be stored over here in the total sales. So you can provide any name over here, but since we are calculating this, the multiplication of quantity and unit price, that's why we have named it as the total sales. Understanding these text syntax is essential for creating some accurate and efficient calculations and expressions in Power BI. It would enable the users to analyze the data effectively and also derive some meaningful insights like this. So this was all for this session. In the next session, we'll be looking at the practical demonstration of these functions in Power BI. Thank you.